let's talk about some zipper tricks. So I've got this little slider here, and this gentleman got himself into a little bit of a pickle. So everything looks fine here, but the zipper, I believe, has run off of its teeth inside of this little patch here, and so it won't come back down. So what we've had to do is slide it all the way off. Now he needed to get into his actual pocket, so he kind of did some of this work for us and sort of ripped it open. But now that we've got that started, what we needed to do was access the bottom of that zipper so that we could slide it off the top. As you see, we've released that. We slid the zipper off of the top and then separated the teeth. So now we have two open sides of the zipper and the zipper pull. The great thing about this scenario is actually that we've examined the teeth. This is a nylon coil zipper, which means that a piece of nylon is coiled to create all of the teeth. It is not individual. So some zippers, metal zippers, plastic zippers, have individual teeth that you can see. With this one, you've got a nylon coil going all the way up. So how are we going to fix this? Since I can see that there's no damage to the actual coil on either side all the way up, I know that I can actually slide this original slide back on and fix this zipper up, and then we'll kind of patch up all of these little holes. So I'm going to access the bottoms of the zipper tape, just like that. And then I'm going to position my zipper pull so that let me show you from this side, the rounded edges up and the square edges down. The square edge right here, that's where the teeth feed out the bottom of the zipper, and the zipper is actually threading them together, okay? So again, this is the top, rounded. This is the bottom, flat, straight across. All right. Now, with a little bit of the tape exposed without teeth on it, I'm going to slide this side on, just barely getting up to my teeth. And then, same on the other side. I'm holding this, you see that? I'm holding that in place. Now, zipper pulls are replaceable. Nylon coil teeth and teeth in general really are not. So you can't do this unless the teeth are undamaged. You can always replace a zipper pull. Now, I'm lining up the bottoms. You can see that, bottoms of the tape. And the teeth are coming out together. So as I pull with this hand the zipper up, and I pull with this hand the tape down, see that? Huh, there we go. Now, one thing that you got to be really careful of, other than zipping it too far up, let's not do that, is right down here, these can start to pull apart because there's nothing stopping them at the bottom, okay? So let's go back down, fix that. I'm going to try not to slide it off, but we're going to try to get them back together. One more time. You see I'm pulling here and pulling here in opposite directions, and that's going to feed those teeth right together just like that. Beautiful. Perfect. But now we have the issue of this splitting at the bottom. So now we need to put a stop in there. What do I mean by that? Well, we have some tools for that. So this video is not yet sponsored by Manitowoc, but it might be. It's not Manitowoc. Manitowoc Cranes, Milwaukee Tools, both great places. Cheese, beer, what more could you want? Back to business. Is my zipper kit. So as you can see, I've labeled everything on the outside. And these numbers that you're looking at are different sizes. Most uniform sizes for zipper pieces, anything from pulls to stops, is going to be 3, 5, 8, and 10. So that's what you're going to see the most of. We've got a couple of 7s here and there. So we've got slides, like I mentioned. This is actually a reversible because you can see that the little pull comes up and over to either side. That's kind of cool. Then we've got, ooh, a double pull here. Then we've got some normal ones, larger one right there. That's very similar to the one that we just fixed actually. So if the zipper pull had been lost or broken, we could have replaced it with that guy. And normally they have a size written somewhere on the back, but they can be very hard to see. Let's see if we can find one. That is why we label it though, because once you take it out of the packaging that it came with, I will be honest, it is very hard to tell. So I recommend a label maker as well. This is a hidden zipper pull. We've got a couple of different varieties and colors of that. That's a really small one. And then we've got some of these really big fat ones. Even a sleeping bag pull. Either side, nice and heavy, can zip it from the inside or outside. I don't know how you get zipped into a sleeping bag, but that's what it's for. Let's move down to stops. The stop we're looking for is probably gonna be something like this. As you can see, the shape of it would allow you to clamp down on either side of a zipper, or the teeth, that is, the bottom of it. Now, I think there's a reverse of this that I should have, right? Yes. And actually, it's even in black, so this is the perfect piece for us. You see that guy? That is basically like a staple. It even looks like a staple. That's what we're gonna clamp to the bottom of this zipper with our pliers. We're just going to place it and then crush it in place. So it's really hard to get out, but that also means that it'll be really hard for the zipper to get. All right, my last little guy here is just a single-sided stop. I would say this is the most common one that I use. And this is to put a stop on either side of the top of a zipper. So we can use these for all kinds of reasons. And literally, you place it in the pliers like this, set it on the side of your zipper, and then you just, let's do it, zoop, clamp it closed just like that. And you just want to get it as tight as you can. Sometimes I even hammer it flat, and that is what you keep on either side from the zip coming off the top. So in this case, we're going to use this little guy. He's our double bottom stop, and we're going to place him inside of this pocket zipper right now. Yeah, slide this guy on one more time, making sure the teeth are lined up just right. Yes, that's what I want. Now, I'm going to get the zipper a little bit close down here, but again, be really careful that you aren't pulling those teeth apart before we get this. I'm trying to get my finger, you can just barely see my finger inside there. I'm trying to get my finger down there so that as I'm placing this, I'm holding the teeth together, and then I'm going to use the pliers afterward. But let's get that stop. We're going to punch it in. I'm literally trying to just push it through. But if that doesn't work, I will usually use my hammer to do this as well. Also, let's check the size. It is having a little trouble getting through the feet. I'm sorry, the teeth. Let's see if I have a slightly wider one in my little box here. I don't think that I have a bigger one. Dang. All right, add it to the order list. Yep, that's it. I've just got those 7s. So we are going to use our hammer. Let me go grab it. What I'm trying to do is get the pliers in between. So let me move that fabric out of the way. I'm trying to get the pliers. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get the pliers in here so that I can use it to, yes, push that through. Again, just like a staple. And I'm using those teeth to clamp through that tape and then holding it in place and flip. You can just barely see them. Ooh, we've got a little bit of fabric caught on there. Great. Okay, no, this is really hard to see because we're using matching black on black. But You see how on this side there are teeth and on this side there are those little teeth? We're pushing those together. Yes. And now I'm gonna hammer it down in place. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. Move that out of the way. That looks great. Let's check the other side and make sure. Yes, I'm going to try to bend those teeth even a little bit tighter. And I'm sort of using the leverage from the teeth on the other side itself. And this is the stop that I'm talking about. The stop also has teeth. So in this case, we're talking about zipper teeth and stops teeth. And then I'm going to hammer that one more time just to flatten it out. Great. Now, if you don't like the way that this turns out, as long as it's functional, you can hide that. So if you wanted to not be able to see that, you could put that stop far enough down that your fabric or whatever else is going to cover it up. So as long as it works and it stops the zipper from going any further and the teeth from coming apart, you've done it right. All right. Now that that zipper's fixed, all we have to do is close up our lining and we're good to go. Easy enough. Alrighty, we've patched up all of the edges. Luckily, these were all top stitched on, so it was a pretty easy process. The only change that I did make is that instead of, this is the yet unfixed side, the zipper pull was allowed to go all the way up into this little trough here. I actually stitched straight across there so that he wouldn't have that issue anymore. So now we have a totally functioning zipper and a totally functioning pocket. Good to go, all set. On this one, I want you to leave me some comments and questions about what you want to know about zippers. There is so much to know about zippers. It's its own little ecosystem inside of sewing. So tell me about that and I'll read it and we'll figure out what else we can film. Thanks so much. See you soon.